Charley said it.
I think golf training is a load of rubbish.
And we were devastated, right? Wrong. We actually agree, and that is why we built Driven. Because you don't just need to train for golf slowly, on a medicine ball, doing something that feels like a golf swing. You need to train like an athlete. That is how Charley trains. She trains for fitness. She trains for mental health and so many other things, and it's incredible to see. We want to focus in on Rory Mcilroy and how he trains. He's potentially the most gifted physically of any player since Tiger, and he also trains harder than anybody. So in today's video, we are going to look at the 3 main factors of his training and how you can apply these to your own game, to your body, and see huge progress on and off the course. We're going to give you 2 exercises for each of these training domains, just like Rory, so you can start to feel better and have more confidence in your golf swing. So factor 1 in a training program is mobility and recovery. Because if you can't move and your body doesn't have the energy, whatever else you do is going to be compromised. Okay, so we're looking at dynamic mobility, how you move the body and how you can do this consistently to impact your performance in the gym and on the course. Our first movement is the split stance global rotation, an incredible pattern that gets you working the torso around a lower body that's having to stabilize and balance. Very much impacting your golf swing, and improving this over time is going to be a challenge and one worth taking on. We're going to start a reasonable distance away from the ball, less than an arm's length distance away. Have a split stance with your lead leg out in front. Okay, so from here, we're going to start facing the wall. So already we've rotated the torso. We get into that position. We're then going to rotate up and over that front leg and then dip the elbow in to that position. You can see how much this hip is working. There's lots of rotation, there's lots of loading, and this is all about balance and stability. From here, we work up and around, back to the wall, and then onto the inside, and continue working this pattern on both sides of the body so that you can improve mobility and recover from long hours practicing on your game. We're going to pair that with the lunge to rotation. This is great if you're holding the club, gives you a great feel in the upper body. And this is very much a similar pattern, but now we're going to start to use our legs for that force and stability again. Okay, so take the club out arm's length in front. You're going to step into a lunge pattern. The back knee is going to drop, and then we rotate the upper body. Okay, so really feel as though we go into the lunge, stabilize, rotate, and then step up and out. Right? Don't rush this movement. We're looking at control. We're looking to improve your movement capacity so that then when you take this into other areas of your training, you can actually use this as a dynamic tool to improve how you use the ground, how you rotate and separate through the movement, and then how you hit the ball when you get to the course. And you can see with Rory how in his training he's always moving, he's always fluid, and from there you're starting to work these patterns so consistently that you're very confident in your body, you know how you can perform, and then you don't see the injuries that take you out of the game. So if you're moving well and your body's recovering, now you look at stage 2, that is strength and stability. All right? We need to be able to move well, and performance is based on strength because then you can be powerful and then you can be fast. And pretty much every time you see Rory training, he will be hitting a trap bar deadlift. All right? This is the best variation for golfers because it's so much more focused on your legs and a lot less on your back. Right? That means we can use the ground more, we can lift heavy weights, and we can stay injury free. All right? So when we use the trap bar deadlift, first of all, our form needs to be on point. So we're going to start with our feet very much underneath our hips. From here, we're not going to hinge just forwards. We're going to work down into the ground. All right? That's how we load the big muscles in the legs. So as we load, we then set our upper body position, neutral spine, look forward so the crown of the head is to the ceiling, and then you're going to push into the ground to initiate the movement. And you can see that vertical force there really doesn't match the golf swing because as with McIlroy and so many other players, that push out of the ground is a key factor to their performance. So how would you use the trap bar deadlift in major season? All right? The key thing here is that you train all year round. You know your progressive overload, you know your absolute strength. So at this time of the year, we're going to be lifting sub-maximal weights, fast and at low volume. That means the body is firing, we can move the weights well, and on the course, we are primed for performance. We're lifting weights, but we're not getting overly fatigued. We're moving fast, and that is how McIlroy primes himself to go to the Masters, to go to these events, hit it long, stay injury-free, and play great golf. When thinking about strength and stability, it really needs to be full body work, right? You might segment through the week, but overall, you need to target the whole body because the golf swing is such a challenging, dynamic movement, all right? So again, thinking about stability, thinking about how we perform, we can use different types of equipment to enhance how we train and to reduce that fatigue element, okay? So I'm gonna look at the bench press, and again, one of Rory's favorite variations is the dumbbell alternating press, okay? By going to the alternating, we're stabilizing one side of the body and then creating function in the other, okay? That is very, very impactful on your game because that means different sides of the body are doing a different job, just like they are in your swing. And remember, bench press is one of the most powerful moves for your golf swing because that upper body strength and power is going to impact how you hit the ball. So when we go into the alternating press, we're going to lower one down in control, get that full range of motion, and then be explosive in the concentric, all right? So nice and slow on the way down, fast on the way up so that we load the muscle, we load the joint, we're always in control, and we're priming the body for that fast twitch performance and for more power output in your golf swing. You have your mobility, you have your strength and stability, so now we look at performance. This is going to contain a lot of power work, a lot of speed, and a lot of rotation. Because if you want to be able to hit 190 miles an hour of ball speed like Rory, you need everything firing in the swing to be super efficient and to enhance your biomechanics so that your golf swing is fired up, all right? And these are two of the best, again, awesome variations that McIlroy is going to be using often throughout the week to set him up for the course and to be absolutely at his best, right? The first is the rotational box jump. And again, always work both sides of the body. You need to be able to accelerate and decelerate, and the more symmetry you have, the better you're going to function overall. So when we go to that rotational box jump, this is about matching to the swing as much as possible, and above all, using the ground. So we're not just going to go off our toes and try and jump. We're going to load down and into the hips, get that counter movement, and then turn our whole body at maximum velocity. And in doing so, we're working the patterns that you need in your swing, we're working that rotation, and then we're firing back to the target. Okay, this is incredible training if you want to increase your performance, and this is one of the ways that McIlroy is hitting it so far and so straight. Med balls, another excellent way to train for performance and to really get after it in the gym. Plus have some fun because slamming is going to get you moving fast and it's going to allow you to just go all out in the gym. All right, one of the best for golfers is going to be the split stance med ball slam. Right, think about our mobility work earlier on, how we use that split stance to enhance how the hips stabilize, how we load and how we move. Now we take that to the performance level with rotation and speed. Okay, so here, set into that lower body. We've got a 4 kilo med ball here, anywhere between 8 and 10 pounds. You can go heavier, you can go lighter, make sure you are moving fast, all right? So, from here, we start on the inside of our body. We're going to use our core, use our rotation to slam up and over that lead leg and work into the ground, all right? So we go up and over, pull down, lots of core, lots of speed, just let it go and move as fast as you can. So, be dynamic, be aggressive, and train more like Rory. So golfers should and do train like athletes. We've looked at McIlroy, but you've seen so much of the content out there of the best players in the world, lifting weights, moving fast, and moving better than ever, right? And that is what you need to do if you want to enhance your game and be at your best off the course as well. Because when you train like this, you're going to see the results physically as well as in your swing. And that is why golf training is rubbish. All right, we're talking about real training for golf that benefits everything else, that turns you into an athlete so that when you do work on your game, you have more in the tank to use physically, so the technical progressions are quicker and you play better golf, feel better, look better, and just enjoy all of this process, all right? So these were a great set They were a great set session if you want to try it out, okay? You could use exactly what we just gone through in this video and get a great workout. However, really, you need a plan that's going to help you progress over time and see real progressions from day one all the way through so that you know you're getting better, not just searching YouTube, trying to find a golf work. All right, and that is where Driven comes in. You can get a 7-day free trial to the Driven Golf Training app right now. It's going to take you 1 minute to get a personalized track with the best workouts, with the best mobility, and so much else. All right, this is how you can get closer to training like Rory and playing like Rory. We appreciate you watching this video. Make sure you hit like, hit subscribe, and tell your friends so we can all golf strong.